Hey, this is PoeticWhiz. I hope you all are safe and sound, as well have a great week. So this week we had the Apple September event, not the usual one we are thrilled of. Nevertheless, this was a short event, and Apple still managed to keep us hooked in some way or the other. The way Apple started the event was colorful. I still feel the one from WWDC was far better in every sense. Before I get started with what we got to see in this Apple September event and my thoughts on it, I have an awesome news for Indian tech community at the end of this video. I will start with what we get in each product from Apple Watch Series 6 SE to Apple Watch Nike and Hermès edition and the iPad and the iPad Air and the new extended edition to the Apple side of things. Apple Watch Series 6 Material and finish. It comes in aluminum, stainless steel and titanium. Colors for each of the finishes are aluminum, space grey, silver, gold, and for the first time, two new additional colors, blue and product red. This is only available in aluminum finish. I'm so happy we finally get product red Apple Watch, and hopefully we get to see this blue in the upcoming iPhone as well. Stainless steel, graphite, silver and gold. I'm not quite sure if I prefer the graphite stainless steel over the aluminum space grey. Let me know which one would you prefer over the two in the comments below. And titanium, space grey and natural titanium. Apple Watch Nike, available only in aluminum, silver and space grey. That for both Nike edition on the Apple Watch Series 6 as well the new Apple Watch SE. Apple Watch Hermès, available only in stainless steel, silver and space grey. I'm still one who buys these Apple Watch Hermès, pun intended. Case size 40mm and 44mm. Price Wi-Fi only 6000 to 750. Wi-Fi plus cellular 730 to 800. Also comes in two finished ceramic and sapphire crystal back. The price might differ for the ones you go for as each Apple product prices are different. This is what you get with Apple Watch Series 6. You get always on retina display, 30% larger than the Series 6, 50mm water resistant, swim proof, blood oxygen, ECG, second generation optical heart sensor with high and low heart rate notification, emergency SSO, international emergency calling, fault detection, always on altimeter, Bluetooth 5.0 and for the first time support for Apple family setup, GPS plus cellular module. So I will talk about the Apple Watch family setup later in this video as well. I have a lot to say about it, not just for you all watching my video as well the future for Apple in my regard for the Apple Watch. It comes in Series 6 chip, W3 Apple wireless chip, U1 chip, ultra band and battery life up to 18 hours along with magnetic charging cable. Apple Watch SE material and finish. It only comes in aluminum finish, colors space grey, silver and gold. Apple Watch SE Nike, available only in aluminum finish, silver and space grey. Think size 40 and 44mm. Price Wi-Fi only 600 to 750, Wi-Fi plus cellular 7 to 30 and 800. Also comes in two finishes, ceramic and sapphire crystal back. This is what you get with Apple Watch SE. You get retina display 30% larger than the SE, 50mm water resistance to improve, second generation optical heart sensor with high and low heart rate notification, emergency SOSO, international emergency calling, fault detection, always on altimeter, Bluetooth 5.0 and support for family setup. It comes in Series 5 chip, W3 Apple wireless chip and battery up to 18 hours along with magnetic charger cable. Here are my thoughts on Apple Watch Series 6. Not a big upgrade as the Series 5. As I feel what makes Apple Watch Series 6 interesting is only 4 major things. The addition of new colors, blue and product red, the new solo loop band that comes in different sizes, the new feature to the Apple Watch, blood oxygen, always on altimeter, and watch faces depending on your profession, and finally my favorite out of the bunch, which include in all Apple Watch support for family setup for GPS plus cellular model. In my opinion, this is the best thing ever happened in a long time by Apple, especially if you just take it as an innovation move from Apple. I personally feel Apple should extend the Apple Watch support not just to iOS as well Android. That way Apple Watch helps everyone and not just the ones who are on iOS. As I was scripting this video and as I was watching the live Apple event, I had two different thoughts running in my mind. First, Apple making a move not just in wearable tech, as well how they are combining two different worlds together and making it one, with the help of Apple Watch and the importance and impacts of health in our life, as we do things in our life daily from the break of dawn to the night life we are living. Second of all, I feel now Apple can get Apple Watch not just to iOS users alone, as well Android users. And here are my two set thoughts. Not every one of us can own Apple product or even want to have Apple product as the ecosystem. Rather have a bit of both OS. Here's where I feel Apple can extend Apple Watch to Android users as well. As of now, you can finally set up Apple Watch support on one iPhone and have more than one Apple Watch device working together without needing to set up individual Apple Watch separately. And here's where I feel if one member of the family is using Android device and Apple as their secondary device, such as iPad or Mac Pro, then one family can set up Apple Watch for non-iOS user and that way they can also have Apple Watch in their life and take care of their health without needing to completely have iPhone with them to pair Apple Watch so they can use it together. As well now Apple Watch is all by itself. It has more chances of using it freely alongside Android phones and have family set up Apple Watch. And I feel Apple could possibly do this as well. It would be a welcome move from Apple than just keeping it in one ecosystem. At the moment only Apple Music is available cross-platform, which is nice but nothing that might win many hearts and lives together. Music might be the soul to our emotions and Apple Watch is the cherry on the top to our life and health. Both bring two sets of life together, one from the past and one from the present day innovation. Now to the new edition of Apple Watch, that's the younger sibling of the Apple Watch, the Apple Watch SE. I feel this watch is made for different sort of needs. For some who want Apple Watch but do not want to pay a lot, then like me who hardly wears a watch, and finally for those who love Apple and want to give Apple Watch a go. If you are interested to know more about Apple Watch SE or not sure if you should upgrade to Apple Watch SE 6, check out these two amazing tech creators. They might give you a better insight and thought on Apple Watch SE and Apple Watch Series 6. I personally feel Apple Watch SE is made for me. I feel it's the right time for most people to get into Apple Watch, especially for the cost you are getting it for now, and it with wide range of customization depend on your needs and fashion sense. Also the fact you are getting Apple Watch in product red. And here are my final thoughts and recommendations on Apple Watch as a whole. If this is your first time purchasing Apple Watch, go with the Apple Watch SE or the Nike edition. You might ask why the Nike edition, as you get extra watch faces you might like or not get in the regular one. In my opinion, Nike watch face edition look really nice, comfy and it should be the right one for most people, even if you are not a sports person. If you don't need to spend a lot on Apple Watch, then the Apple Watch SE is for you. And I feel for most people you're getting a lot, even if some features might be missing. The ones you're missing are the blood oxygen if you're purchasing the Apple Watch SE or the Apple Watch SE Nike edition. And finally coming to Apple Watch Series 6, it's for those who are in the early Apple Watch owners such as the ones before Apple Watch Series 3 or below. And for those who might want to spend on Apple Watch Series 6 as they wish or are the fan of the blue and the product red. Apple Watch Nike is available for all Apple Watch series, and if you're a sports person or prefer its look, then that's the one you should get in my opinion. I'm really a big fan of the Nike Apple Watch edition. They are really awesome. If I had to pick for myself the Apple Watch SE Nike edition, I would have gone with space gray aluminum case with Nike sports band and the band color in all black or the red one. Now coming to iPad and iPad Air. For most part nothing has changed on the budget iPad, and here's what you get with the new iPad. 10.2-inch screen size, 500 nit brightness, stereo speaker, dual microphone, support for Apple Pencil first gen, Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 4.2 and Touch ID, along with USB-C to Lightning and 20-watt USB power adapter. It comes in A12 neural engine, color space gray, silver and gold, storage 64 GB and 128 GB, price Wi-Fi only $300 to $400, Wi-Fi and cellular $400 to $500. Here are the remaining specifications of the iPad. Now coming to the iPad Air, I was kind of blown away as well. Thought Apple might be doing something like this, as they have done this before with other previous iPad. Before I go ahead and give you my thought and why I felt Apple might do this yet again, here's what you get with the iPad Air. 10.9-inch size, 600 nits brightness, stereo speakers, dual microphone, support for Apple Pencil 2nd Gen, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.0, and the return of Touch ID. Along with iPad Air, colors space gray, silver, rose gold, green and sky blue. Storage 64 GB and 256 GB. I'm kind of bumped with the storage. They should at least have given 128 GB as baseline storage. Pricing Wi-Fi only 600 to 750, Wi-Fi and cellular 730 and 800. USB-C and 20-watt USB power adapter. It comes in A14 neural engine. Here are the remaining specs for the iPad Air. Here are my thoughts on the iPad Air. They might seem fussy or a Frankenstein version of the iPad Pro design and the feature sets of iPad Air in mind. Overall, they are a seamless experience for half the cost and a better A14 chipset by Apple. Though I have some thoughts on the iPad Air, that does not seem too right in my opinion. Or I'm not sure if it's Apple's way of saying jack of all trades, master of none. But here and there, they are missing key features or the courage of doing two-sided storytelling. What I mean by that is, iPad Air might seem right iPad for most people, but even for the tech lovers like me, I feel missing out in few key features or unintentionally trying to prove themselves right, as how Apple, as the only company who looks into all sides of tech from inside out, to what the most important aspect of owning a tech product. In my opinion, Apple has made the iPad Air seem like the MacBook Pro 13 or the MacBook Pro 16-inch, but mostly with MacBook Pro 13 with two different versions. And that's where iPad Air feels a bit, especially in the audio side of things as well. The way if you are trying to prove a lot can be done on the iPad Air with the help of iPad Pro app. Yet Apple does not have its own Mac Pro app on the iPad, when they can have it easily seamless and smoothly working on the iPad without any hiccup. Except for the fact the budget iPad has a few downfalls than the remaining iPad. I'm not quite sure if iPad mini are facing the same issue as the iPad while editing or using it for a long period of time. All in all, I can say iPad is a great device for what we are getting and the cost it comes with. It makes total sense with not having the key features such as 120Hz quad speakers and not having Face ID. Though I'm still not quite sure if the speaker on the iPad Air would be anything like what's said in this video by Dieter Board.
Another neat trick with the iPad Pro speakers that we forget about is that they're adaptive to orientation. So they'll actually recalibrate the speakers depending on how you're handling them, and the transition is so imperceptible that you don't really notice it's happening.
As I feel that's what kind of will be. we'll get to see the iPad Air. Till then, we have to see next month if anything close to what I just said or what everyone just saying about the MacBook Pro 16-inch or. As for the Face ID, here's something I cannot tell if there's Apple way of getting away from its own feature or is it due to the situation around us that made Apple bring back the Touch ID to the iPad Air instead of not giving us Face ID as we have on the iPhone 11. Either way, I feel Apple could have somehow made both Touch ID and Face ID dual feature on the iPad Air, just like how Samsung and Dell is doing. Before I go ahead and talk about the next feature not being in the iPad Air, I would like to let you know I'm kind of disappointed Apple went with 10.9-inch screen. Here's me trying to explain you in the most simplest way possible I can as to why I'm disappointed and take my thought into consideration between these two screen sizes, that's 10.9 and 10.2 inch, found on the budget iPad over the 11 inch. I'm not sure how those 9 and 2 make any difference over the 11 inch, but from what I have noticed on the 10.2 inch screen, you are missing out the screen real estate while using some of your favorite apps or games for that instance. I feel the screen size between these two sizes you are getting almost same experience but a lot cluttered and ununiform properly for what you are trying to get your work done. I mostly find it while playing on games, UX and UI is not great as for the one in the 11-inch or the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. This does not feel much on the iPad mini as well. I feel not having 120Hz would make any difference for most people, but it would have been nice to have on iPad Air. Overall, iPad Air is very promising and for its cost is bonkers. Cheers to Apple on this. Now coming to Apple One. Last year Apple introduced its services. Might have been good or bad for most of you out there, but to be frank, it was not at par with its counterpart. I feel now with Apple One services bundled together, it makes a lot sense, if not quite better than what it's why it came out. Here are the cost for each bundle. Also let you know, the cost might differ from where you're staying. Here are my thoughts on Apple One service and its pricing. I will for most part you stick either of the two ways. One just by paying for the service you wish to or choosing between individual plan versus family plan which can be shared up to 5 members which for the price you're paying is not bad in my opinion. If you're going to use it occasionally or frequently depend on 2 or more services you prefer using. I feel you should not go with the premier plan until you have more than 3 members going out using the Apple Fitness Plus or the Apple News Plus. Apple Arcade is just an option out of the through services I feel most people might not use. Also, this Apple One service will come end of the year mostly. Before I end this video, I would like to tell you why I'm disappointed at Apple and the event that took place. I feel most of you would agree with me on this. If you are more than happy to see what Apple announced in this video, time of flight. It would have been nice to see smaller version of iPad Pro in the iPad mini size. I can for sure tell most people would have been excited to see this come to life if Apple had announced over the iPad Air or the iPad mini iPad minor upgrade. This event might not have been the event we are looking out for as each year goes by during this time for Apple lovers across the world. Still, there's an exciting news for Apple tech lovers in India, as finally we are getting our Apple online store just as the one in US and Canada. All I hope is the cost for India Apple product come close to the US pricing, as that would be a win-win not just for us Apple fans, as well Apple in the long run. They want to grow their market profit in India just like in the US or the other parts of the world. I cannot wait to see how the next few months are going to be for Apple in India, as they have already started making iPhone 11 in India along with iPhone 6s, iPhone XR and the iPhone 11 with the new iPhone SE. I'm really excited to see the launch of Apple online store on 23rd September. it should be up by the time you are watching this video. Also to let you not just for India Apple as well for those outside US, you might finally get Apple Card support and services in the next few months, or most probably by the end of next year if everything goes well for Apple. Till then, this is your PoeticWhiz. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon and share it with your family and friends who love Apple. As always, live your dreams.